The NPP, in the quest of, looking for their new presidential candidate, looks like there is a lot of heat in paradise. This is coming from
chaos.
Yes, a lot of chaos, as you can put it. But we are discussing this because of a viral video that went out where it was seen, where you can see Bryan Acheampong making the argument that, look, we lost our northern seats because of the candidates we presented. And this, it looks like it's not sitting down well with a lot of people. And I want to quote what Bryan Acheampong said, then we can move on. So he said, and I quote, President Kufuor won all NPP votes in Kusasi, and President Akufo-Addo also did the same thing. But because the fight is between two tribes, Mampusis and Kusasis, and we elected a flag bearer from one of them, we lost from Oti region, Upper East, Upper West, and the Northern region, as he explained. But there are people who are saying that, no, how can you make such a statement at this time, that it is very insensitive, knowing that even as we speak, there are mediation talks being carried out, led by the Otumfuo himself in the Mampusi and Kusasi conflict. So people are asking the timing, why would you bring out something like that? And there are other people, on the other hand, like Dr. Kisi, former MP for Soto, says that, look, this man is speaking to the data and science. So let's not put our tribal lenses on, but rather look at the fact. Is it true that he is a Mampusi man who stood for a contest and lost in the northern region? So these are things they say we should investigate rather than putting our political lens on. But there's another question. One will say, this is just a political party, NPP, or micro minority. So why should we even be paying attention to them?
Fortunately or unfortunately, that's the democracy we signed up for. So yes, like you asked, someone will ask, it's a political party, where are we knowing? NPP is a government in waiting, whether we like it or yes.
Wow.
Yes, Ghana is a duopoly, but we don't want to admit it's NPP.
But what about the new force? You know the new force.
Movements for change, but they are all adding up to the numbers. But the truth of the matter is that, apologies to my former Minister of Trade, Alex Martin. But let's put it in proper context.
Right.
Let's admit the NPP as a political party is at the crossroads. And I'll explain.
Okay.
From leadership down to the newest member, something is just not right in the NPP. This is not the NPP we are used to. Let's start. This is not how the political party NPP used to be seen.
Right.
It's either there's something fundamentally wrong with leadership and how they are managing the party, or members are just outright stubborn. They are just not living by their values anymore. A party 20 years ago, 15 years ago, were given the quote and unquote name as intellectuals party.
I tell you.
Has now reduced to the point where for them to get a presidential candidate, they have to go the religious and tribal route. This is bad. I don't know how else to say it. It is terrible. And you have people like Bryan Acheampong, Dr. Bawumia, Kennedy Acheampong, the followers of these people.
Yeah.
What they are doing in the media, what they are doing right now to themselves. I'm asking myself, so if you choose one today, from the people going to aspire to be presidential candidates, if you pick one today, how are you going to market this person in the 2028 general election? How? Because today you are telling us that Bawumia is not part of NPP. He was brought in. Who didn't know that? When he was doing a lot of the big lectures telling us how to manage the economy, he was NPP enough. But today he has lost one election, so he's not NPP enough to lead the party again. Who does that?
I'm concerned as a Ghanaian, not as a member of a political party, because there's a bigger picture. There's a bigger problem of security here. Look, what is happening in the north between the Mampusis and Kusasis, I think is so sensitive and big that it's not something that should be even in the forefront of political messages and whatnot, even if we know how dirty politics can be, but sometimes the sensitivity of certain things should not allow you to even use them as a tool to weaponize your opponent. Now, this was Bawumia's response because he had people from Kennedy Acheampong's camp also telling him that your wife is not even Ghanaian enough. And this was what he said, and I quote, "When I was defending the party in the Supreme Court in 2013, you remember, you and I were not there." When they argued the pink sheet, you and I were not there. So he was like, when I was defending the party in the Supreme Court in 2013, they did not say that I was a Mampusi, a Nordner, or a Muslim. He said, when I was giving lectures and campaigning for the party to come into office in 2016, they did not say that I was a Mampusi or a Nordner or a Muslim. And hence, when they won in 2020 election, they did not say my wife was not Ghanaian enough. So, and for me, a country where we are moving to, look, our forefathers did that, and His Excellency Dr. Kwame Nkrumah did that perfectly in the quest of taking away all tribalism. So what did he do? He encouraged intermarriages amongst us, so that we can solve some level of peace amongst us, be it where you are from, your tribal affiliations, your religious affiliations, because, like we said, we are a secular nation and we strongly believe in peace. So whatever our forefathers did to sustain this peace, look, the least we can do in honor of them is to improve on that, but not retrogress it.
I absolutely agree. You know, when I hear people say that he is not NPP enough, then I ask myself, what does it take to be an NPP member?
Maybe contributions, donations, you know.
People
like Bryan Acheampong are speaking today because it's been conferred on them. They are the biggest donors in the political party.
What is more worthy of a contribution than you rising to become a vice president on a particular political party ticket? Tell me what is more high than that one. See, let's move away from that. It is not nice. You are talking about a person who has actually stood somewhere to say that when he comes, he's come to transform the economy, do things. He didn't do it. If you are telling that person in his face that you said you are coming to transform the economy, you came and you ran away to go to digital economy, tell them, these are facts you can tell them, but we shouldn't go the route of religion and tribal. Those ones, it's not necessary if you ask me. Again, everybody says they are speaking to facts. Can the Professor Okwe committee release the report so we know what is in there?
Oh, forget that is suicidal. We would
Maybe
not.
That
Even
will
me,
put
I'm
a lot
not
of
MPP
the things to rest.
Remember, I would not advise them to.
They should, because like I'm saying, we also someone actually wrote on Facebook that data means data and data runs. So right now, Bawumia is the data that is running. Bawumia stood in this country. In fact, he was in this country. He told us that we'll be buying wache with QR codes. That didn't happen. He told us that he will arrest the CD and give the keys to the IGP. That didn't happen. I think as a party of intellectuals,
but do you know what happened? I mean, to be fair to Bawumia, but do you know what happened? Today, you can take your Ghana card to any of RNQ, Richard Niame's food bank, and then go for food for free.
Massa, running a government or running a country is not by bread alone. Yes, we said that.
Isn't it bread and butter issue?
No. When John Mahama did the Dubai, they told them that that's not what Ghanaians see. Ghana, it is difficult to satisfy us. So there are a lot of things you can lash Bawumia about because he was part of that government.
Yeah.
But this, he is not a Ghanaian. His wife is not Ghanaian. Massa, When the guy was doing lectures and you guys were sitting there clapping. Today, the one that makes me laugh the most is Bryan Acheampong.
Exactly.
You were literally the John Baptist for him wherever he went to the 2024 election. You were opening the crowd, making sure that you go before he comes. And today you are saying that he's not worthy enough to lead the party. But Bawumia and his team should think about this more deeply.
Right.
A lot of the people who supported him before the 2024 elections are not supporting him again. Yeah. And he should ask himself why. Maybe they were supporting you because you were vice president. You could sign something for them to get that time. Maybe they are not getting that thing again, so they want to ditch you to another camp. Don't take it personal. But for me, I condemn the fact that we are going the religious and tribal route. We have a lot of reputable people in this country who are quiet about this. If we don't curb it now, it will become something we can't contain in the near future. We are 68 years, for crying out loud.
Yeah. You know, another concern is, again, I don't want to take the gravity of this case lightly, because I know how like peace and security can really be a bane in a country's, effort in progressing. And that is why I am concerned that for a statement like this talking about the Mampusis and Kusasis, there are no voice of reasoning speaking out against this. There's no one, like the religious bodies, no one is speaking. So is it that they are waiting for the thing to escalate before we start forming committees and forming people to investigate or to mediate?
I know why. Because it's NPP. They think, it's none of our business. But you see, it will start small.
Yeah. By
the time you realize it is at your doorstep, because see, the thing is happening in the north and people are getting killed in the south. So if you think that using Mampusis, using whatever
is not the way.
It is not the best. Let's not encourage it. Before you know it, it will, because see, the way the Kennedy Acheampong followers, Bawumia followers, and who again, Bryan Acheampong followers are going at each other, one will say something that will not end well, and we don't know how the other people will take it.
Yeah, and it's just an incident that escalates everything, that it could set you back like generations. And could it also be the case that we would be sympathizing with these politicians only for them to go back and then be drinking their tea together and what? Because we saw in this country, during the build-up to the 2024 internal elections in the NPP, we saw how they were chastising Kennedy Acheampong, chastising Bawumia, but in the end, those who were chastising ended up coming back to tell Ghanaians that, this man we chastised, that wasn't true.
But we have short memory.
And follow him. But that shouldn't be the case.
We have short memory.
You see, it's time the political class gets honest and frank with the people, the ordinary citizens, because I can tell you this for a fact, that confidence in the political class has eroded significantly. And this will be opportunity for these political class to redeem themselves.
But I have an appeal. Former President John Acheampong, former President Akufo-Addo, at least, if for nothing at all, you are the elders in charge now. Whether you like it or not, you are the ones who can call these factions or party fanatics and tell them that, see, the road you people have started trekking on is dangerous. They shouldn't look unconcerned. And when things go astray, they will come and tell us that, we spoke to them. No, speak to them publicly. Release statements if you have to. Because where this is getting to, if we don't... Like I keep saying, you would think it's NPP, but NPP is a government, is the alternative. We can go for elections tomorrow and NPP will become a new government. Then what?
But they said they will be in a position for a very long time, though.
Who said?
The NDC people. They are assuring them.
They are giving them out with the things they are thinking about, with referendum or something like that.
Hey, we will not go there.